Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy, and there's sobering news. His grade is D. With this guy, it's best to stay away. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He will put in the effort and work hard, but his high temper and lack of care for others can cause trouble at work. He may impress people at first with his energy and determination, but his habit of getting upset easily and not thinking about others' feelings can spoil relationships with bosses and coworkers. This can block his way up the ladder.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he is quick to get angry and may lash out at people nearby. Instead of calmly solving problems, he might blame others or get into arguments. You'll likely see more emotional outbursts than quiet determination.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He may start off well mannered and friendly, but over time, people notice his quick temper and his habit of putting himself first. He has trouble truly caring about others' feelings, and this leads to clashes and misunderstandings. Even if he shows respect outwardly, his impatience and aggressive replies make it hard to build real trust.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your own career, he's more likely to feel threatened or annoyed than proud. He has a strong need to feel important and on top. So your successes may feel like a challenge to his own worth. Instead of celebrating with you, he might make harsh comments, act distant, or even pick arguments.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he is very likely to resent it and take it personally. Even if he doesn't say it out loud, you might notice him becoming colder, picking fights, or making cutting remarks about your choices or success. Instead of being happy for you, he may try to bring you down or compete with you in other ways.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is quite organized and likes having things in order, which means he's likely to plan his spending carefully and avoid careless purchases. He may keep strict track of where every rupee goes and expect the same from you. So you can expect him to handle money with caution, but be prepared for rare sudden outbursts.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
Most of the time, he lives within his means and tries to keep things neat and well managed, so he doesn't usually act rich just for show. He likes everything to be in order and enjoys having control over everyday things like budgets and routines. However, these moments are rare and more about proving a point than regular bad habits.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is not naturally generous or warm hearted, either with money or with his way of thinking. He prefers to save, stick to rules, and expects others to do the same. His concern is more about control and order than about making others happy.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is likely to be quite controlling about money, wanting to know exactly where every rupee goes and expecting you to do the same. He may keep detailed records or set strict rules for spending, which can make you feel watched or restricted. He may not be completely open about what he spends, especially if he feels judged or threatened.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's likely to believe that things should be neat and orderly at home, but he also expects others to keep up with his standards. He might step in to organize or clean if something really bothers him, but more often he'll see housework as mainly your responsibility. You might end up feeling more like you're being managed than like you're part of a fair partnership.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's much more likely to help by watching over your shoulder and telling you how things should be done, rather than rolling up his sleeves and sharing the work. He cares a lot about things being done his way and can be quick to point out the mistakes, but slow to actually pitch in. You may find his help feels more like being supervised or judged, so don't expect genuine teamwork at home.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He mostly wants to prove he's right rather than truly listen to your side. If you share your feelings or explain your point, he's quick to argue back or pick apart your words instead of calmly understanding you. You may feel like you're talking to a wall, repeating yourself but not getting anywhere.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's more likely to say hurtful things or act aggressive rather than staying respectful. His temper comes up fast and he may shout, use cutting words, or even slam doors and throw things if he's really upset. If you value peace and emotional safety, this is an important thing to consider seriously.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, this is the kind of man who gets angry very quickly and can lose his temper over even small things. He doesn't just get upset, he reacts strongly, sometimes saying or doing things that hurt others without much regret. This isn't something you should brush aside or hope will get better with time.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He will rarely say sorry or take responsibility when things go wrong. Instead, he is more likely to shift the blame onto you or someone else, making excuses or finding reasons why he isn't at fault. Even if he knows deep down he's wrong, admitting it is very difficult for him.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may struggle to truly respect your boundaries, especially if he feels his own wishes are being challenged. If you say no or set a limit, he might push back, argue, or try to wear you down until you give in. This can make you feel like your voice doesn't matter or that you always have to defend your choices.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is the kind of man who will likely take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He may act hurt, annoyed, or even angry, seeing your no as a rejection of him rather than just about how you feel in the moment. This can put a lot of pressure on you and make intimacy feel stressful instead of loving.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You may not be able to fully trust him to handle private moments with care. If he feels upset or wants to win an argument, he might bring up personal details from your intimate times to hurt or embarrass you. It's important to know that true closeness means safety, respect, and privacy, even when things aren't perfect.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is not the type to form deep or caring bonds, so loyalty may not come naturally to him. While he likes things to look proper on the outside, his focus is more on himself and his own needs, which means he could be tempted or distracted by other women, especially if he feels bored or challenged at home. He may hide things or be secretive, making it hard for you to trust fully.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is very likely to be over possessive. He may get jealous easily, question your actions, or want to know where you are and who you're with all the time. His suspicion doesn't come from care but from a need to control and keep power in the relationship.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, for him, what he calls being protective is actually a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's looking out for you, but in reality, he wants to know and decide everything you do, where you go, who you meet, even what you wear. Don't be fooled. True protection doesn't trap you or treat you like a child.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will most likely expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. Although he may step in to set rules or give orders, the everyday caring, soothing, and hands on tasks will fall to you. If things go wrong, he might even blame you rather than help.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is much more likely to lose his temper than stay calm. He reacts quickly, raising his voice or even saying harsh things that can scare or upset the children further. This can make the kids nervous or afraid to come to him when they need help.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is unlikely to fully support you as both a mother and your own person. While he might expect you to handle all the household and parenting responsibilities, he may not value your need for personal time, career, or interests outside the family. In such a relationship, you're at risk of losing your sense of self as you juggle every role alone.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he's the kind of man who might act supportive of your career at first, but could ask you to quit once you have a child. His need for control and strict ideas about roles may mean he feels work and home should be handled his way. If your independence and career matter to you, be careful.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to act polite on the surface when dealing with your parents, but real warmth and affection will be missing. He knows how to mind his manners in public or during visits, but his kindness usually doesn't go deeper than that. If things get tense or don't go his way, he could become distant or even rude behind closed doors. He is much more likely to expect your family to adjust for him rather than the other way around.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse instead of handling it calmly. His temper can flare up quickly, and instead of patiently talking things through, he may become harsh, react with sharp words, or withdraw from the situation completely. If you want unity and gentle problem solving, this quality may cause extra headaches down the road.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might appear modern and open minded when you are alone together, but will expect you to act like a traditional, supportive wife, daughter in law, in front of his relatives. In family gatherings or around elders, he may want you to dress, speak, and behave according to their customs, even if he doesn't follow these rules himself all the time. This can leave you feeling like you have to switch roles and hide your real self to maintain peace.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or quietly side with his own family instead of standing up for you. He does not like to get involved in emotional issues and would rather you handled any problems on your own. This can leave you feeling alone and unsupported, especially when you need a partner most.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is very likely to be a mummy's boy. putting his mother's wishes before yours in most situations. When there's a conflict between you and his mother, he will almost always side with her either by openly agreeing or by staying silent instead of standing up for you. This can leave you feeling second best and struggling on your own in the relationship.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share details of your fights and even private matters with his mother or sister. He may run to them for advice, comfort, or support when things go wrong between you two instead of solving problems within your marriage. This means your personal life may not stay private, and decisions or arguments could quickly reach other ears.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Overall, based on all we know, this guy scores a D. I think it's just best to stay away. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out can feel exhausting and lonely. He likes order and control, often putting his own needs first and expecting you to fit into his plans.